Hmm. Alright, just getting a few things situated, making sure shit's working. So far, so good. Alright, so I figured I'd do some numpad stuff just because I wanted to get this stuff out of the way. And I've got a few things I could potentially build. Well, one thing, I want to put new caps on this because these caps suck. And hey, what's up, first watcher? Just talking to the ether here about maybe doing some numpad stuff. I got a few various numpad projects that I could work on, and first and foremost I need to change caps on this guy here because these caps are absolute crap and I'm sorry I even used them. But I've also got a SIP board that I'm thinking of installing, and yeah, hey, what's up, Neko? Yeah, Keisterine is going bye-bye, so I gotta get that shit off of here. It's driving me nuts. I'm not at all a fan. I mean, in fact, like, I can take this thing, go like that, and like one of them already falls off. Like, these things are so very loose. So got a couple things I could put on it. I thought about doing Susawatari because it is the, you know, this fancy PC, and I got a PC heavy grill with Susawatari, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, these caps are crap. They're crooked as hell, though. You know what? Now that I'm looking at that one, I'm wondering if it's the cap that's crooked or if it's the housing slider. But yeah, we're gonna pull these things off, throw some new caps on, and find out. Yeah, you know, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a different cap on that. I do just want to see if that looks crooked with something else on there. Yeah, these Susawatari, or not Susawatari, these well, damn, that does look crooked. Alright, so I may have to straighten that out. Yeah, we're just gonna work on numpad cap. So, yeah, that looks, I don't know, I'm wondering if I should even fuck with it or just try to twist it back into place. Hell, I've got a tool that I could do with that for. Where is it? Yeah. Hey, what's up, Shiwa? So I was just saying, I'm gonna do some numpad stuff, and you know, I'm using this Geon cutter, probably not the way it's meant to be used, but I'm gonna use it to kind of see if I can tweak this. Oh, I might have. Yep, looks like I over-adjusted. Let me throw a cap on and see what it looks like. Yeah, slightly. Well, you know what? Actually, that's not too terrible. I'm gonna just go with it, so I don't have to replace the slider. I had noticed that I had a crooked key on here, so I figured I'd use this, what is supposed to be used as a stem cutter, to kind of give it a little side tweak and straighten it up, because it's palm, it's flexible. Hey, what up, Kiko? Yeah, I built this the other day. It was hella scuffed. So I am just getting rid of these keys. I'm going to put some other caps on. And then we're going to build another numpad. Maybe two. Maybe do some switcheroo shit. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just I'm awake and I've had a few beers, and so I figured I'd do some keyboard shit. And trying to play the clock a little bit and get 2 streams in to, you know, count towards my 7. So let's do some shit. I also brought out some purple domes because of all the domes I have. I feel like I don't really do a lot of build with purple, so I think I'm gonna build some purple. And these are the extremes. These are the BK Redux. Yeah. We'll see what all we can do. So I was thinking about caps for this, and I had a few things. So I had the Susawatari caps, and the reason I was thinking about those. Well, they're MT3, so, you know, I don't have to worry about the clack. But also, I've got, where is it? Yeah, I've got this, you know, other PC heavy grill, and I just thought, well, you know, maybe not. Those don't really match each other very well, so maybe I'll save those caps for something that might look a little more complimentary and go with something else. Well, my plan B... where did they go? Yeah. Got an old Tokyo Night set. So let's just pull out some actual GMK caps and slap those down on there and see what kind of noises they make. Here, let me get these keystring craps out of the way. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was hoping those would be better caps, but they truly disappointed in every way. All right, so what do we got here? I guess I should have looked at the numpad layout before I tore it apart, but I guess we can probably figure this out. How hard can it be? Yeah, I'm really hoping. Yeah, the densest stuff we'll see. I think there's a lot of us pinning our hopes on densest. So if those do pan out and everything about them is fucking dope, then yeah, that's gonna be nice. I have high hopes. I mean, if no other reason that, you know, he's been hella responsive to feedback and has been willing to like change his design before it's even like fully released. So I like that he's about that. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, toe prey indeed. JTK. Yeah, I've got JTK sliders on another board. I could totally try that, but I think we're just gonna go with what I know, and that's I got some GMK. You know, these are double shot. They're cute. I like the color. My camera's kind of washed them out here. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe that's just going to make it worse, probably. Yeah, I don't know. I really need to figure out a lighting solution and a better camera and shit one of these days, but yeah, we'll see. I had some house expenses come up recently, so I think some of my fun money spending is going to be curtailed for a little bit. Yeah, I don't mind that. That's not too bad. I had another couple sets. I have this set called Sand that I really like. I've got it on a rose gold Tokyo 60, and I thought that might look interesting on this, but I think these will do for now. Ooh. Yeah, that sounds like shit. That one's clacky. Oof. Yeah, I don't know about all that. That might not be it. Yeah, let me, I might just pop an MT3 on there real quick, and I mean, to be fair, that has a lot of noise to it already as is. Yeah, that might just, I mean, they do have extreme domes in there, so you kind of got to hammer on them to make them go. Yeah, I was, man, who set up, I was looking at someone's setup and they had these really cool desk lights. And I totally don't remember who it was, but I asked them about them and they told me what they were, and of course, you know, being me, I forgot who it was and what they were, so. Yeah, this key, yeah, that slider is still crooked, so I might actually have to replace that. Alright, cool, we get to tear some shit apart then. So let's, yeah, man, that's... Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and try these Susuwatari real quick, man. Do I have another one? I think I might have another... Yeah, actually... Oh, yeah, that might not look bad. I was thinking of saving these for my K2, but, you know... These might be alright on this. I just kind of want to pop a cap or two on here and see if they have the same clacky noise, because they do have, I mean, yeah, they have ridges, but like if you look at like the length of these, you know, it's definitely, the ridges are way more in there. So let's see. Decoy, thank you, man. Thank you, NECA. I'm glad you have a better memory of my interactions than I do. That just might be how it is. Well, this is my extremely pain board, so yeah, I might just live with that noise. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go with the Tokyo Nights for now. I do want to replace that. Man, you know, I kind of want to do other stuff to this thing too. Oh, screw it. This might just become a rebuild this fucker. Yeah, the white does look good. Yeah, I do like the white. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I think you're right. We're going with the white. Because I'm kind of wanting to do some other stuff to this board too while I'm tearing it apart. I'm going to go ahead and pull off the gaskets, because I don't really think they add much in this plate, just because of how thick the plate is. And I actually think they kind of are causing the screws to not grip as much as I would like them to. And I do think they provided some rather short screws, so that may also just be a combo of the plate, the screws, everything else. But yeah, fuck it. I'm going to tear this thing apart. Alright. New goal in the stream. I might not be building a new one, I might just be fixing this one. But we'll see. See how long I can go for it. 'Cause it is what, 1:30 almost here in Texas. Alright, yep. I will put those back in the crypt. It is an old set, like, gosh, when I don't even remember when I got these. I think might have been like a set I got off of Drop or Mass Drop when it was whatever the hell. I don't even remember. But yeah, I got these on one of those oil slick Tokyo 60s. That's another. I do like the Tokyo 60 as far as MX style HHKBs go. They were inexpensive. They got flashy lights. They alright. Yeah. The more I think about it, I do think the white is the way to go. So, yeah, let's tear this thing open. And I got my nice, I got the iFixit kit. They lost the first one in the mail. They sent me another one, and it actually got here, so that's kind of nice. And so far, it's not bad. It has the bits that I was needing, and they actually grip and work. So I'm not mad at it. Shoot, who's asking? Someone's asking the link to this thing. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't really dealt with too many crooked desk sliders, but it does happen. Alright, so what do we need from this kit? Yeah, this is a new kit, so I don't know where all the things exactly are, but is this what I need? Nope. Well, is there a bigger one than that? Huh. Alright. There we go. Yeah, it really does not grab on much at all, so this may be a teardown on top of the keycap swap completely. Because to get to those sliders, I do need to take out the domes and such. Well, fuck it. At least there's not a lot of screws, right? Hey, what's up? I'm our works. Good to see you. So I'm glad you made it. Yeah, it started as a simple keycap switch, but turned into a board teardown when I kept, uncovering things that I just wasn't pleased with. I built this the other day alongside another board when I was kind of like showing off the SIP plates, but yeah, this I don't know, there's just some other stuff. I built this numpad as a kind of like, everyone come together, we are the world Topre experience, or I should even say EC, because it's not exactly all Topre. But I did oh dang, I'm just dropping domes. I did a count, and I think I have 8 different aftermarket component vendors worth of parts in this thing. So this is a joint effort, which I think is kind of cool. I think it's rad that there's so many different parts, but like I've got thock rings, I have the Buddy OG gaskets, I have OEM domes. Obviously, it's a show chassis. I've got the desk keys parts in it. I've got the BKE Redux. I don't know if I said the SIP board, but obviously the SIP board. So yeah, it's like I wanted to kind of do it as an experience to like see how many different parts I could put together and have them work together. And yeah, I have like 8 vendors' parts in here. Now I am about to pull the gaskets, but not because there's a problem with the gaskets, because I really think they should have shipped like another 0.5 millimeter to 1 millimeter of screw length for the ones that hold this thing together. Because with this plate, they don't grip very well. And so, oh yeah, and I also put the Buddy landing pads in there. So yeah, I had a lot of fun just kind of like trying to figure what the greatest combination of different vendors' parts I could throw in something and make it work were. And I got to 8. So yeah. And I was looking the other day. I mean, I've got the thock rings in there, so it's not like I could technically replace those. But I even found like some of those super old like silencing rings from way back in the day before desk was even a thing. Which, they sucked at the time, but they were a valiant attempt. Alright. So I'm just going to leave the plate in there and just pop these out by hand. And, yeah, so I will say, like, the Buddy OG gaskets, I do really like the way that they come in 4 strips, similar to kind of how, like, the desk, domes come in 4 strips. And they aren't sticky, so removing them is a breeze. Like, I'm literally just, popping out my sliders and then pulling those out of there. And before I forget, let me set this one aside to give it extra attention, because that's the one with the twisted stab. Or, I guess, twisted slider, MX cap, whatever the fuck. But, yeah, like it, as nice as the $2 for 120 AliExpress, one at a time, you gotta cut your own 2Us, can be, like, they're sticky. And I was talking to Neko earlier, and you know, you have a preference for the sticky ones just because of your workflow, and I definitely like. I like that I can just do this and just pull these out of here, pop my shit back in, I'm good to go. So yeah, no, and I like, you know, like a preference, as they say. So yeah, I don't, you know, I will not fault anyone their preference or their build style. Like, I mean, I was just talking about it on the, you know, on the Unreal Discord. A lot of the shit that I do is definitely probably seen as like snake oil wizardry by the overarching rubber dome enjoyer community, because like I'm baking shit, I'm blasting shit with UV, I'm doing this and that, I'm like stacking weird domes, I'm, you know, preaching preload, which Buddy actually corrected me, and I'll give it to him. I was not accounting for one measurement, and that was the measurement of the cross piece holding the barrel onto the legs of the slider. And so yeah, I think I came up with, there's a 0.04 millimeter, which, you know, to me is negligible. That's, you know, that's a hair. I mean, it's a whatever. So yeah, so it does actually take up all of that, you know, the 5 millimeter, or what I measured out to be 4.9 millimeter with the pour-on. You know, it takes up all that slack. So I'm sorry, I was wrong. Just gonna say it. You were right, dude. Whatever. Good job. So yeah, I appreciate you going through that with me, man. If you watch this later, if not, well, you know, still. But yeah, so that definitely puts some of my you know, a little bit of my kind of, you know, back of the hand theorizing of stack and stuff in question. But I did bust out my calipers and measured everything else, and then measured that, and so the math checks out. I've got it better in my head now. Yeah, like the choices are awesome. Like, I mean, I think that's why we got into our conversation about stack and potential like preload and compression stuff, is because I was talking about the 0.2 millimeter additional, you know, height within the desk slider housings, and I was praising that because that allows you to use thicker rings than the than OEM, without also having to like stack other kinds of gaskets in there to hold it all together, and that makes a lot of difference to me. Because again, you know, like if you're dealing with these short screws, certain gaskets will kind of cause them problems, and I'm just going to throw that in here with these for now. Yeah, so, I mean, tons of choices is cool. It is good. And some people have a preference for, you know, unsilenced, and they don't want to deal with all these gaskets and weird, you know, whatchamacallits and this, that, and the other. Yeah, I'm debating if I want to keep these. I just don't, I want to remove anything that could be adding any kind of, like, yeah, stack or anything that would be pushing the PCB away from the plate, because I thought that was giving me some problems. And you know what, the way that this sits down into the divots, yeah, I don't think those are going to be problems, so I might keep those out. Yeah, I do too. I do too. Like, I feel that preload. And I'm not going to say that I can physically feel what 0.04 millimeters feels like. Like, I think that's absurd. And I'm a pretty klutzy dude. Like, I don't think I can feel that. But you know what? I do feel that preload, and I do feel that the experience is improved. And maybe my reasoning for that is I oftentimes switch out for silicone domes versus pour-on, which don't compress as much, and so that may be changing my experience somewhat. But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I do love that we can, you know, have these round table discussions and bust out our calipers and bust out our, you know, I always call it a drug scale, but I mean, I use it for, I'm a baker guy and I do a lot of cooking and stuff, and a lot of cooking you can definitely like futz with, but certain baking you really have to be on point with your weights and measures, and there's a lot of science behind it. So I like to, you know, I'll fudge some things, other things I won't. Hey, what up, Randy? Good to see you again. I'm glad we've got a couple repeat joiners here. So yeah, I built this one the other day, which, you know, I know some of y'all were on that stream too, but there were a couple things I did with it that I just didn't fully care for, and I wanted to remedy that while I'm messing around with numpads. And I figured it'll be a quick fix. And then I've got another keycap set that ideally will not fly off under the unholy power of the BKE Redux Extreme Dome. So we'll see. Let's and because I'm keeping these landing pads in here, that does mean that we still have eight manufacturers worth of Topre parts in this board. Jason, do you have builds where the only variable change is silencing your material, silicon versus poron? Yeah, well, let me think. I feel like I do. I feel like I've got a pair of hybrids built up with the same domes and same sliders. Do I? Yeah, let me... Who's asking that? Sorry, Kiko. Yeah, let me get back to you on that. In fact, if you would do me the favor of messaging me in Discord somewhere, that will remind me to get that information for you in a timely fashion. I think I do, but I need to look at my my notes and stuff and make sure. Yeah, we're taking this one to the extreme. All right, so let me get this out of here. Swap the ring. I do need to. I do need to re-lube because I am pulling the slider, and that will remove a lot of that goop off the end. Yeah. And the reason I'm swapping that for those just recently joining is I noticed it on the other keycaps, and I was hoping it was just the scuffed as fuck Keystyrene keycaps. But there was a crooked, one of the 2Us had a crooked cap on it, and it turned out it was actually the slider. So I'm going ahead and replacing it while I'm tearing everything else apart. I tried to twist it into place because it's palm, it's malleable, but it's also, you know, it reflects back into its original form, or at least tries to, and in this case did, and so the keycap eventually just twisted itself back. Alright, so got that in. Let me go ahead and lube that guy up real quick. Oh man, sorry I missed your comments earlier, IMR Works. A PC datapad to match up with your PC TKL? I mean, they really do line up good. Like, I'm not a super huge fan of the Norbaforce. I mean, I like it. It's not like a bad board or anything, but it's just not, you know, I'm an HHKB boy, so. But like, I've seen them next to each other, and sheesh, they're pretty. Like, they line up well. Like, when you have the little wedges, like, the angles of them, like, they are built to complement each other. And yeah, hell, dude, get it. If you can find one, get yourself one. I feel like, do they still have any for sale, or are they all out of them? Because I feel like they still had a couple for sale that they were doing, like, deep discount on. Like, I was almost like kicking myself for paying what I paid for them now that they, you know, ran them for a lower price. But I don't know. And sorry if I keep doing this like shit off camera, but Buddy got me hooked on the Injection 206 G2, so I've been doing it with this primarily, but I still go back to my trusty brush just to make sure that I get it exactly where I want it before installing. So old habits die hard. There we go. I think that'll do it. So let me pop these guys back in. Does that add? Yeah, you know, that does kind of add a little bit of standoff, but I feel like it'll probably compress enough once I get it together that it's not that big a deal. Alright. Now the fun part, which thankfully it's only, what, 20, I got the 2Us, so 21 domes, but trying to line up all the one view domes. And I feel like they never just want to sit right the first time. Oh man, the metal high pro. Yeah, that shit is hot. Well, shit, inflation, man. Like, what? It was 1,500 2 years ago or so when he ran the second run with the VS. So in the last 2 years, I mean, inflation's a sumbitch, man. Bread ain't as cheap as it used to be either. Hell, I went to Jack in the Box the other day and spent $20 on a meal and some fucking jalapenos. Like, that shit's crazy. So I don't necessarily like the idea of the prices going up, but I mean, maybe I'm a little bit insulated by the fact that I already got mine. But yeah, shit's expensive. It's definitely like a luxury good. Yeah, 1,400. That's what it was. Thank you. All right. You guys have the above view. How are we looking? Does anything look like crap? I feel like we're pretty good in there. I have noticed it's kind of interesting. These are stock HHKB springs, the gold springs, and they just, man, maybe it's the shape of these domes or something, but they just don't sit in there as nice as I would like them to. Like, there's actually like a little bit of spring almost like protruding. And yeah, I guess the light is kind of screwing with it too, but you can see what I'm talking about, right? And it's not just on one, it's on a couple. So I'm wondering if maybe that's like an issue with the with these domes, and I'm not quite being the right dimension for the spring. What domes? These are extreme domes. These are the hardcore BKE Redux. You can't get them any more domes. So this is my this is going to be my tax calculator. So once a year, I'm going to bust this one out and hurt myself and give myself carpal tunnel, and then put it away for another 11 and a half months till I gotta refactor my shit. So at least that's the goal. All right. Feel like that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and pop in a few screws, make sure everything actuates like I expect it to. Yeah, it gives me like one more twist. That's fine. Tax stream. Yep, it is totally tax stream. 0 taxes. I love it. Like, I hope, like, I'm going 1040 easy every year because I don't want to type any more than I have to, right? Yeah, we'll see. I just thought the idea was funny. And I liked, man, it sucks, again, the keystream caps being bummer, because if they were good, like, I thought that was going to look really freaking cool on this, because clear caps, the frosted PC, the clear housings, being able to see the action of the shit, like, but it just didn't pan out for me, so, yeah, I was trying some other stuff, and Neko shouted out, and I am agreeing wholeheartedly. We're going with the black on white MT3s. Do it, IMR. Like, there are Colt, who is a member of Conical and other. He's actually he's a Texas local, and he comes out to our meetups. And the last Austin meetup, he brought out a Real Force. I think it was it an 86U? I don't remember if it was an 86 or 87U, but black on black. Built up with extremes, and I don't remember how else he built it, but man, extremes in a Real Force kind of changed my opinion a little bit. Like, and that's why I decided to put him in this, because I'd only put him in like HHKBs, and I don't know, the combination of the extreme and the plastic and the integrated housing plate just wasn't hitting right for me. Did I lose a screw? Alright, I think I lost a screw. Thankfully, these are shows, so I've got like 8 million of them. But yeah, so I either just lost a screw or I never had it in the first place, and just have been living without. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab myself another screw. What's up, Shiloh Cutis? What's up, Meep? Oh man, I got all sorts of people hopping in here. Oh shoot, good morning, Andreas. Hey, what's up? I'm gonna step away for just a second because I realized I am somehow missing a screw, but I got a whole stack in the back. So give me one moment, please. Oh. Good idea, Neko, but nah, nothing, yeah, that was smart, but no, it's, no rattle, no shake, no nothing. So, I think, maybe I just missed a screw on it the last build. Now, that screw right there I actually can't put in because of the 2U, slider housing. And that's kind of a similar, placement issue that I found on the Plato, and that there's one screw near where is it? Near the enter key, I believe, on the outside edge. That because of the 2U slider housing, you can't put a screw there, so you'd actually have to modify the slider housing to get it fit properly. Which I thought about doing, but laziness won out, and I did not. Alright, there we go. So now we got them all in. So, alright, these are feeling decent. And yeah, these are the extremes, so I mean, it's you're gonna, you know, even with sliders and silencing rings, like there's no way to not bottom out on this, so you're just gonna have, and the return on it is hardcore. So let me go ahead and pop this case back on, and then we are going to get out the caps that we're using. And Andreas, this is my kind of We Are the World of Topre board. I have 8 different aftermarket manufacturers parts in this, including, you know, ones that aren't making parts anymore. But yeah, I have kind of every one that I can think of components in this guy, including lots of, you know, Discord favorites. Obviously the sit boards and desk parts and show parts and thock rings and buddy parts and, you know, this, that, and the other. You know, the old BK Redux Extreme Domes and all sorts of stuff. So, and I am looking forward, when you release your parts, if I get a numpad out of it, I'll have to swap these sliders out for OEM so I can, or, you know, maybe put purple or something on there so I can slide those on here too, and then it'll have 9 different manufacturers' parts worth in it, and then it will truly be the, you know, the ultimate of all Topres. But, yeah, because it's extremes, I don't really expect to use this all that often, so I plan for this to be my my tax calculator and bust it out once a year to do the needful. All right, tax. I haven't set it. Yeah, here we go. All right. I might need y'all's help again because I don't always remember what exactly goes where. So let's see. Obviously, the plus goes where the plus goes, and I want to pop that on. Oh, so much nicer. All right. All right. So that, I mean, obviously it's going to be, you know, loud because there's no way to not make this a loud experience with extremes. But it looks much, much straighter. So yeah, I'm happy with that. All right. So what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3. And I think I can at least count, but I might, yeah. I know where numlock goes. I don't remember where everything else is. Alright. Yeah, I like those white keys. Okay. And that way when I'm like spilling my blood on them tax season, I can, you know, just kind of have that look to it. It'll be easy to clean up. I don't know. Whatever. Alright, so what am I doing here? Divide, multiply. Yeah, actually it looks like they're almost in order, so that makes it easy. Am I wrong here? What am I missing? Am I... Is this minus? Okay, num, divide, multiply, minus. Thank you, Kika. Appreciate you. Yeah, MT3 is really nice. Like, I did my stream where I did the, the Andreas and did the side by side, and I really loved, like, I have nothing but love in my heart for MT3. Like, it was cool to get to do the comparison. I'm definitely keeping MT3 caps on my boards. Like, I'm not getting rid of these by any stretch. But, oh, there's the vertical enter. Okay. And then there's the decimal, or the point. Alright. Cool, I think we're good on this. Yeah, they're nice. Like, in fact, I got, what was it? The Black Tongue of Mordor set on a sale recently. And I'm super stoked to put them on something. And I'm actually kind of thinking they might look interesting on the tie board, but I don't know. I've got other plans for that too, so we'll see how that one turns out. But yeah, I got to figure something out to put those on because they're just too good. MT3 is too good. All right, I like that. What do I got? Are there any? Yeah, I was hoping I had some, like, weirdo top row caps in this set, but this is one of those, like, old-ass, all-in-one, but doesn't actually have everything sets. So, I may just have to live with what I got. Or just do F1, 2, 3, 4 across the top. Yeah, because, I mean, it's a sit board, so I can make it do anything I want. So I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4 across the top. Buy the book sets? Yeah, Kiko, that's a good one. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a long day. But to be fair, this is kind of relaxing as hell to me right now. Like, I've been doing keyboard stuff, I've been watching some shows, I've just been kind of taking it easy this afternoon. I had a heck of a day at work that started with a rude wake-up call at like 6 a.m. and it's just been, I'm on call right now, and so it's just been like incidences and support and blah blah blah. So I've been thankful that I actually haven't gotten a call since 6 p.m. today, and knock on wood, whatever, like, hope it stays that way, because if I do get a bad call, then this will be the end of a short stream. But yeah, so, oh man. Yeah, I'm still on call. We do a week on, and then I think mine only comes up every, like, it was every 2 months. Now it's more like every 6 weeks because we've had a few people fall out of the rotation. But we're training up new folks, so ideally that will get stretched out to, like, it only happens every 2-3 months. All right, let's Watson and Jetson here. Pause that. All right, so we got the extremes in here. So what do we got? So this background noise of my dog, he's like tearing up paper or something. Yeah, that will be a tax calculator. That is gonna hurt me. I like it. All right. I like it a lot better with the MT3. I'm not quite as mad at those. Hold on, I'm gonna yell at my dog. Hey, bud, take a break. I don't know what you're chewing on. Come on. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, it's a Cipulot board, so I'm sure we can do all sorts of stuff on it. I mean, have you guys seen the VIA when you plug these things in? Because it's kind of cool. Let me see if I can. I've got a cable around here. Let me see if I can plug this little feller in real quick. Because, dude, it's really neat what all comes up. Yeah, let's see. Where it is? If I can remember where it is. VIA. There we go. All right. Yeah, let's put some music back on. That was keeping me awake. Let's see if this still works. Does my browser capture work? There we go. Okay. So authorized device. Oh, ain't that sweet? So it both detects both my keyboards. So yeah, dude, that's cool. That's real cool. Oh, lost it. There it is. All right. So yeah. So when I go authorize, oh, I guess you can't see the pop-up window. Dang, that sucks. All right. So the pop-up window basically comes up with two keyboards: EC Pro X ANSI ISO, which is the sit board here, and then let me move that back. Sorry, guys. EC23U, which is in this guy here. So let's do the EC23U and connect. So yeah, so check that out. So I mean, I could go in here and actually, if I wanted to, you know, assign these to F1, F2, F3, F4, like I've got them marked, even though that's kind of, you know, I don't really necessarily want to do that, but I mean, I can always change it back. But yeah, and it's assigned. Like, that's it. That's all I got to do. I don't got to push any buttons. I don't got to do nothing. And, you know, if I wanted to turn these into my, you know, media controls, I could do that. Or if I could, you know, if I want to change them into, like, multi-function layers, I mean, here, let's do the layers. You know, I could pick those and do the toggle, right? Is it toggle on, turn on layer? Yeah, so, like, you know, if I wanted to run, like, 4 layers, one of them just be, like, my, you know, controller for, you know, OBS, or, you know, do another layer, just a bunch of, you know, macro fart noises. Like, there's all sorts of fucking cool shit. So, yeah, I am super impressed with this software, with the, you know, the functionality, with, you know, the sit boards. Like, this is hot shit. So yeah, I'm real stoked at where this is going. And I haven't really messed much with VIA, so I mean, I feel like I know I've used it to configure some stuff, but that's interesting. Just realizing that one key is that almost looks like it's the wrong. Oh, duh! It's the stupid enter key. Okay, yeah, because the enter is a weird profile. It's like throwing the whole row off. All right, that makes sense. Cool. There we go. All right. So yeah, so I mean, that's pretty cool. Like the fact that, let's see, what are the OEM parts in this? The springs. Everything else on this was from a third-party vendor, and honestly, if I wanted to, I could have used, you know, the desk springs and been totally cool. Like, they're not pretty, but they work. So yeah, like the idea that you can just, you know, you can now build a topre with, I mean, I can't really say off the shelf because this was like, you know, a bit of a group buy and all that, but like the components, I mean, I think besides the extreme domes, like all these components are available from all the stores. I just bought from Buddy earlier this week, and he shipped me shit, and I got it like earlier today. So I mean, some of the stuff with like a 4-day turnaround, like it's pretty nice. So I'm a big fan of where, you know, where things are going with Topre. Now we're obviously not to the point of, you know, the MX stores and stuff, but like it's cool. It's really neat, you know. We're making progress. Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's extremes are extremes, but I don't know. I built this board in this size because it's not a thing I want to daily, weekly, or, you know, necessarily even monthly. But like, I like that I now have an extreme board that I don't have to like tear down again and put other stuff in, and I can leave it like it is and bust it out when I want to. And it's an S23, and it's not like, yeah, no, it's perfect. All right, I'm into this. Aftermarket EC Sim slides, please, Kiko Keys. That is the truth. Like, somebody's got to hear us. It's not just you. It's not just me. It's not just Neko. It's like everybody. Like, we need it. What is a GG? Sorry guys, I'm not. I don't understand what a GG is. Randy Ocean. I'm catching up on messages. I'm so sad. Sorry that I'm not like actually following along here. Just talking my head off. See link in chat. Oh, cool. Thank you. All right, that's cute. Why the hell don't they include those? Those are adorable. Are you kidding me? No, those are great. Hold on. Yeah, no, look at that. That's cute as fuck. Oh, okay. Huh, yeah. Yeah, you're teaching me things. I had no idea. Well, those are great. Yeah, they should include those with everything. Why the hell don't they? Look at that. Huh, neat. Yeah, those are alright. Ah, okay. Was it? Well, shit, because I've got, like, old Suswatari. Maybe I didn't buy the right kit, because I've definitely got a few of them. Throw them away? Man, that's so drop. I'm not even going to touch that one. Alright, so... yeah, what time is it? It's like 2:06. No, I'm still doing pretty good. Do I want to build another one? So this is the reason why I was thinking of holding off with the white caps. Is, like, I think those white caps would have looked pretty good on this, but you know what? Fuck it. Also got this, which I believe do the... yeah, I think the plates for the whatchamacallits fit in these. So I might just build this up with the sit board and with the plate from the S23, just because I did just a stock install on this guy. But yeah, maybe I'll do that instead. Yeah, I like that idea. Now if I can just remember where I put all the parts. Okay, well that's that stuff. I just need to find the plate. Which I feel like I have the plate in one of these, maybe? Oh, there it is. Alright, I set it aside also. Cool. So yeah, what do I want to do with this? Yeah, let's just do that. Why not? Alright. So we are back over to the Norbauer screws. Make sure I get everything back where it needs to go so I don't start mixing stuff up. There we go. I feel like is that it? That's it. Alright. Where'd I go? Right? Yeah, I got a few. I mean, I don't have everything. I've got the 660, I've got the data pad, I've got the, obviously I've got the heavy grail, but I don't have a 980. I have an aperture 980, or heavy 9, whatever the hell they want to call it. I also have a PC, not PC, sorry. I have a VHS Norba Force. But yeah, I don't know, I don't collect the other Norbauer product lines like I do the heavy grails. The heavy grail just really spoke to me, and I loved every finish on it. Like even the periwinkle, which I didn't necessarily love at first, I certainly got to appreciate. And ooh, dang, that's gnarly. Huh? I just noticed some staining or I don't know, corrosion, whatever the hell, on the brass plate, which I guess is gonna happen. It's brass, but yeah, like even the periwinkle, which I didn't love at first, I really got to enjoy it. The more I just kind of like looked at it. Am I? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm looking at the wrong kit. Let's see. All right. So yeah, this is just a data pad. So for the time being, I'm gonna have to use the. Is this the right kit? Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the regular breakout on that. But thanks to Neko Tato, I actually have some of those fancy. Was it Dave K who designed those? Some of those fancy replacement MT3 replacements. So I'm or not MT3, USB-C. Man, you can tell how tired I am. I'm getting there. But yeah, I think those will be pretty dope. Then everything can all be on the same standard. All right, so I'll lose that. All right. Try to keep everything together here. Neverest numpad. Oh yeah. No, I've got a bunch of numpads. I mean, I've got 2 Neverest numpads. So does that not fit that? I could have sworn that's what those were for. No? Alright. So that's what came with it. And those are for the daughter board. Am I looking at the wrong shit? Yeah, I'm trying to remember what parts, because I thought those were it. But then there's these flathead ones, so let me see, maybe that's them. Can't do that without dropping it. Yeah, no, those were in the box with oh wait, did I grab the wrong one again? Yeah, those were in the box with the data pad. So, I mean, they may have just shipped me the wrong parts as well, because like there's also a I don't know, they didn't ship these wires, and then when I bought another one, they like threw an extra wire in there that wasn't necessary. You eventually get everything you ordered. Sometimes you get a little more than you order, I feel like, but as long as, you know, he makes it right when things are missing, it's not so big a deal to me. Alright, I'm just going to tighten these down for now to keep the plate relatively in place while we pop everything else in. And then if I need to adjust them, I can. Rear cover plate on a heavy 6. Like, you want to see the bottom of it or the inside of it? Because I got a heavy 6 right here. Come on, guy. Come on. If I can get my damn... There we go. Is this what you're looking for? Because if so, there's a heavy 6. Yeah, that's my this guy. So I actually built this, loved it, let my dad borrow it. He loved it, so I bought I got a second one and built a second one. So I keep one for him here when he visits, and then I built him one. Oh, the modular standoffs. Yeah. Similar modular standoff. So I mean, there's really nothing super modular about them, I can't really say, because they're just these tapped holes that then use these kind of like flat recessed nuts with a, you know, just a little guy that screws on top of there. Yeah, I don't know why they would call that a modular. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like it's super modular, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, it's just screw-in. Yes, countersunk screw plus standoff, exactly. So unlike the, you know, the heavy grails, where it's actually like tapped in like so, yeah, there's the it's a countersunk screw holding the standoff. Yep, just what Kiko said. All right. Housings. You know what? I have not actually used. Yeah, I was debating if I want to use purple housing on this, but I think I'm just going to stick with the clear for now. Because I like the clear. They look cool. It is a PC. But I do want to use the purple housings for a build sometime soon. Just not today. So, yeah, we'll get there. Alright, so I need those. I need 1, 2, 3. Man, these things are killing my frickin'... I will say they're killing my supply of 2Us. How many do I have left? Shit, I might actually not even be able to build this. Could have sworn I had another... Well... And maybe I will be going with something. No, okay, I do. Yep, there's one more. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but that means I do definitely need to get a few more of those, because... Well... Oh yeah, I need to get a few more of those. Alright. Easy enough. Let's do this thing. Yeah, again, I'm going to hold off on the gaskets that I tried last time, just because they just didn't quite fit like I wanted them to. And I feel like they caused the screws to not grab as much as I would have liked them to, which, you know, I'd say that's more the fault of the shortness of the screws, but I'm not going to quibble over that. I'm just going to go with what works. Oh, that's right, Kadra. I remember that. Sent a Pro 3 for a Pro 2 heavy grill. So yeah, that's a bummer of a mix-up, man. Actually, before I get too far, I might want to look in here and just make sure I even have 3 2Us, because I might... Oh, yeah, I got 1, 2... Perfect, 3. Alright, so... How many more do I have? I have 1, 2... Okay. Okay, that's good. Yep. So I still have enough for the HHKV that I need to build. Cool. Alright. So yeah, let's just get to popping. Oh, shit. Am I doing alright? Yeah, alright. Man, that one's a little tight. Oh, that's right. I remember I had issues with that. So let me go ahead and trim this preemptively. So sometimes in these tight or extra thick housings, or, you know, plates, it'll cause interference because it'll press in on the little nubs on these guys with the 2Us. So I found just shaving those off beforehand doesn't hurt anything. And then, you know, it fits in there real nice. If you feel that that's going to be an issue, but it's not on everything. Like there's certainly plates that are, you know, cut or, you know, the right thickness, but this is a very, very thick brass plate, so it does kind of like cause some issues, if I recall last time I built one. But yeah, we'll go with that though. Okay, 3 to 4 weeks. That's not too bad. Like I mean, honestly, his production is pretty quick. Like, I mean, I think he said a couple weeks till the Thai stuff is ready to ship. Like 2 to 3 weeks. You know, and I'm not really holding them to that, but like, Yeah, I don't know, after some of the latest debacles, I really appreciate a vendor who actually delivers on a timeline. And yes, he's definitely had his share of, you know, I had a 1-year wait for my Ghost of Christmas Future. It was the Ghost of Christmas Far Future. But, hey, it got here. He did keep up with progress reports and shit. That was nice. Snoopy Smell, what is going on? Raid from oh my god, I just got raided by Kimlin Win. What up, y'all? All 88 of you. Welcome. So I'm just sitting here whittling, you know, just carving on these guys, because that's what we do sometimes to make things fit. But, yeah, today is Numpad Madness. What's up? Thank you for swinging through. Sorry I had to drop off your thing, but I was, had to get some food in me, and also was wanting to get another stream in here. I'm trying to get that, what is it, affiliate thing, which means I gotta do 7 streams in a month, and with how lazy I am, I gotta get them in when I can, you know? Heck yeah, Texas style. I love it. Great to see y'all. So I started the stream fixing a crummy numpad that I built the other day. It was a one of the show S23s, and I just put some super scuffed caps on there, and I've got extreme domes in here that are like 90-gram domes, to the point where some of the caps are so loose, if I push it down and let go, it would eject the cap. Like, it would send the cap from the thing, and I couldn't live with that, so I put on some MT3, some other stuff. And now I'm building up, because we're just like in the PC zone, I am throwing some parts in a Norbauer housing. So I had this data pad I've been meaning to build up, and now that I got all my clear sliders or clear housings and this and that and the other, we're gonna do it. Yeah, Norby numpad. This one's the Norby numpad. The other one was the show. And heck, while we're on the numpad subject, I also have the DES Neverest 19 here. So yeah, it's a numpad palooza. We got them all. We got like this and that and the other. Now we got numpads, y'all. We can calculate so hard around here. It's great. Yeah. I turned it upside down on stream, and the keycap fell off. Like, it was so crummy. So I guess that's what I get for buying Keystream. And I bought that Walmart clear set also recently, and the spacebar was, I don't know, super scuffed. So I think Nina Gogo had to stretch that shit out, or what'd she have to do? She had to cut her spacebar stabs to get it all to situate properly. And I wasn't yet willing to do that, so I'm holding off on installing them on anything. Alright, so I am one shy. Thankfully, I have more of those, or else that'd be a real sad stream. Right? You are? Yeah, I got the boxes. Cool. Alright. Man, I am so looking forward to the densest parts. I love Des, like, with all my heart. Des parts have gotten me by these last few years, but the price, man. Like, bread's going up, man. Beer's going up. Everything's going up. Like, my frickin' Tamarindo ain't as cheap as it used to be, so I gotta save where I can. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear. It's not all clear. Like, I got this guy that if I put clear caps on, this actually has like the PC plate. So like, and I've brought this to local meetups, and I love this board. Like, I love that you can like see the action of everything and actually like see the PC, you know, PCB underneath it, and like, yeah, it's cool. That's one of my favorite of the Norby heavy grails there. Oh yeah, all the titanium cases, they were pretty much all spoken for before they were even announced. Like, I think he ran a couple extras just to kind of both get the countdown, and he knows that, you know, over the passage of a few minutes there will be several suckers born who would want one. Alright, so what is it? Desk slider, desk housing, number 7 rings, I think. So got a box of assorted rings if I can make it to it in my pile of madness on the table over. Yeah, here we go. Alright. I feel like Buddy sent me some 0.7 recently, so yeah, I got the Thok ring ones, which I've actually used some of. I swear, I have some. Maybe not. 0.5, 0.7 poron. Yeah, alright, we're gonna go with those. I haven't used those yet. Man, yeah, as far as the taupe ray whales, I've actually heard tale of the absolute Ahab, and I don't want to talk about it yet because I expect it's going to be like a big release video for Norbauer, but there is someone out there that is putting all of us to shame right now, and that's, yeah, it will be cool when it is debuted, the thing that is happening. But yeah, like custom keyboards, it's such a wild world, man. Like, I am into it, and I'm into it. I'm into it for, you know, I don't even know how many figures, but like, yeah, it's, I guess like any other hobby, you know, if you've got the money to spend, there will be someone there willing to take your money and build you something shiny, or, you know, take your money and run, but at least in Norbauer's case, he seems to be able to deliver on the promise. Alright, so one thing I found interesting with the Buddy rings is they are all cut for RGB, so you see that flat side on them. That's so that they fit with the RGB or the GX1 sliders. I think he like kind of planned ahead for that board to be popping, and so it doesn't seem to have any positive or negative effect, in my opinion, as far as the, you know, the thockiness or whatever you want to call it, but it's definitely like, I mean, I don't know, I considered that like maybe it weakens them a little bit, like if putting them on would cause a problem, but I've since put on like several hundred you know, of these Buddy silencing rings, and I've not had one rip on me yet, which I can't say the same for other manufacturers. So I think at the end of the day they are far sturdy enough, and I don't really see it having a negative impact. And it makes them so that you can, you know, you only have to carry one variety of silencing ring, and it covers all the boards. So I'd say it's a smart move. All right, have a good night, Tato. I'm glad you got to jump in. Yeah, totally non-discernible difference. And I mean, I've used his number 5s, his number 3s. This is the first time using the 7s, and yeah, It you know, it works like any other, and I will say the price is right, and the fact that he can ship them in those like mailing envelopes means that, you know, he can do international shipping for like a couple bucks, where, you know, if you're buying sliders from, or silencing rings from other vendors, you know, you're paying anywhere from, you know, $12 to $20 something to ship a, you know, a pack of rings that he's charging $18 for, and probably should be charging less. So I don't know. I feel like the prices have come down with the competition, but it's still. I do like Buddy's willingness to you know, to charge a reasonable price and figure out a way to ship it cheaply. And so for domes in this one, I'm going to try purple V3s. I do have some of those on my variable board, which I'm ending up liking a lot more than I thought it would. So I figured I would just, you know, stay on the vein of trying new things, and purple's never really spoken to me, but again, I've typically only used them in HHKB, so I wanted to try them in something with a plate to see if I have any, you know, preference one way or the other. But yeah, I have a lot of variety of boards, so this will just kind of add to that spicy variety. So yeah, I will say, like, it's been interesting, kind of getting a little bit of a you know, an inside look of, you know, some of the design work and like the planning behind some of the upcoming Norbauer stuff, as well as like a look at some of the, you know, the whales that, you know, and I do include myself to an extent in there. I have spent many thousands of dollars on Norbauer products, but like some of the folks who are getting, you know, custom boards done by him, like there's people talking about Damascus steel, there's people talking about, like, I think someone was mentioning like pre-war, you know, non-irradiated steel, like, you know, I think, you know, the Damascus steel was definitely the craziest one, and that like the prices for, you know, a billet of Damascus were just obscenely expensive. I mean, why does anybody want anything, man? I don't know. Like, I see people driving around with, like, you know, neon highlighter yellow supercars. Like, why do you do that? You know, people have strange tastes, and it's, you know, it's like that saying, the customer is always right. It's actually, the rest of that saying is the customer is always right in matters of taste. So it's like, you know, if you want to wear the funny hat, wear the funny hat. If you want to pay, you know, 6 figures for the, you know, the whatever the hell, okay, go nuts, man. Yeah, because fun, exactly, fun. Solid diamond topre. Well, I was watching a stream the other day of like this really badass glass case that was, I don't know, it was cool. I hadn't really seen cases fully made of glass before, and I didn't get to stick around for the sound test, so I don't know what that sounds like. But yeah, dude, like the stuff that people are making boards out of, like, I mean, hell, even Andreas, like those, you know, the poured boards that you're working on, like seeing alternative materials or, you know, rarely used materials for keyboard building is super cool, and I'm loving following that project. What up, Wrong Dong? Dude, like, we got a fucking star-studded cast in here, and this is my late night one. Well, good to see you. Holy crap. Oh, I don't even know why I sleeved or put a silencing ring on that one, because I am done with one use. I'm just going to pop a few, yeah, I'm just going to leave it on there, because it's going to get one anyways someday. Yeah, alright, so we just need to do my 2 U's. Loop those guys up, put the wires in. And yeah, I'm sure if, you know, some folks, I know we got a bunch of joiners who might not always watch Topre stuff, but I did not add any kind of lube after the fact to these, because I actually used RO59 on them, and I do a thing where I bake my my sliders. So I bag lube them with RO59, and then I bake them to speed up the curing process. And that's just because, you know, they recommend a cure at ambient temperature for 24 hours. And actually, you know, I've heard the guy from Ringer Keys will do 48-hour cures on his. He's like the main guy here that sells it, at least to us keyboard nerds. But like, I ain't got time for that. I got cats. I got like cat hair in the house. I don't want to leave these things sitting out for 24 hours, so I just bake the shit out of them. And I say I bake the shit out of them. I baked them in a very controlled environment with multiple monitors that, you know, keep things from heating up too hotly. Alright, why is that not... Oh, jeez, okay. Yeah, I wonder why that one's acting funky. Like, what's wrong here? This thing just doesn't want to slide right. I don't understand it. Yeah, that's a mistake. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've been having fun with like the Topre experimentation. So there's several of those kind of things. Like I use a UV curing chamber meant for, like, you know, resin 3D printing, to blast my domes with UV light in an effort to artificially age them. I don't know. I do all sorts of fun stuff. But yeah, like Topre, I like that it's, we've got all these like options to swap our stuff up, change up key field, but I feel like it's still, the number of things we can do is limited enough that I don't feel overwhelmed. Like I was wanting to build an MX keyboard. Oh, God damn it. I don't know why I turned that upside down. I was wanting to build an MX keyboard recently, and just looking at sliders and looking at different types of spring, it was somewhat overwhelming. And so I know, if Topre, I don't know if it'll ever actually fully get there, but I feel like we're getting more and more eyes on it. Like eventually, more and more people will get into this market. But dude, MX, it just blows my mind how much shit there is out there for it. And I know I just need to pick something and try it, but yeah, it's I don't know. I'll get there. I'll get over my reticence. Because I do, by the end of the year, want to build another MX board. There's just so much cool shit out there. Sorry, the actual, all y'all Topre only enjoyers who hang out with me, but I do like MX too. I do prefer Topre, but it's there's some fun stuff. Playing Valo. What is... I don't know what Valo is. Sorry, wrong dong. So many nipple gods. Seriously, I love this community. I love that, I don't know, I'm not a big streamer, I don't have a lot of followers, but I love that I can just do something like this at freaking 2:30 in the damn morning, and I get folks, I get designers from all over the place, I get streamers from all over the place. This is super cool. And hey, thanks for putting the good word out, Nine-Eye, or Kimlin sent this one. But yeah, this is fun. It's good to see all the friendly faces, or friendly text on the face. All right. Now we got to start doing a couple trims. And one thing I do like about working with the DES domes is they've got all these really nice score lines on here and stuff. That is one thing if you're cutting up stock domes, is you do kind of have to be careful where you go with your cuts, because not everything is. Oh. I guess a couple of those I had accidentally bumped them out a little bit. But yeah, stock domes are fun to work with, but they are not as designed for the aftermarket friendly. Des knows you're going to be throwing these on whatever, and so he tries to make it as simple as possible. That was not so much a concern with OEM. I don't know if the folks designing these real forces and HHKBs ever really envisioned a world where people would be, stripping them for parts to build other ones with those parts and swapping them out and changing housings and all that good stuff. Alright, so what do I need? I need 4, one more cut. Yeah, it looks like Densis is making his singles. From what the pictures show. So I don't know, maybe he'll do a V2 and try it a different way. I know some people do change up their, the BKE Redux domes went to a different style in their V2, but honestly, I don't know. I feel like with a lot of the Topre aftermarket makers, a lot of it, as far as their design goals and such, end up kind of oh, and I forgot to lube my 2Us, so let me do that real quick. A lot of their design goals are just strictly along personal preference lines. Des and his appreciation of heavily silenced, that's kind of why he designed his sliders and stuff the way he did, the way he designed his, the housings with a little bit added stack. He likes silence, so he likes to be able to account for much larger rings and stuff. But some like Densis, I guess I'm assuming he doesn't like it, so he based his on the Nova Touch designs. He kind of built his so that there wasn't as much space for silencing rings. I think he only offers 0.3 rings. So a lot of those kind of differences in the designs of the individual Topre parts really do come down to just whoever made them, you know, maybe they felt that there was a lack of something in the market and they wanted to cover that. Like, you know, I've had talks with Des, and he's told me about, like, 2017 is when he really got into Topre and EC, and like I remember back to 2017, and there wasn't a lot of aftermarket stuff that was available, and definitely not a lot of aftermarket stuff that was available and designed with an eye for you know, silencing. Like the JTK sliders, which I think were the only aftermarket sliders available then, they weren't built, you know, with any kind of indent or any kind of, like, I guess, you know, accounting for silencing rings. So he's like, well, I'm going to build these other ones instead. And, you know, just, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I do appreciate that, you know, he's able to kind of inject some of that, you know, the flavor that he wanted into the rings and into the, you know, into his components. And I don't know. It's just sort of neat to me. And I guess all the designers are like that. Like, I love looking at all the different boards and housings and everything else, you know, like, and that's, you know, MX, there's such a wide variety of stuff. I feel like Topre has been a little bit more, I don't know, standard, pedestrian, I don't know what I want to call it, but like MX, the designs just seem to go crazy, and we're seeing some of that in Topre now. We're seeing a, you know, rise of different kinds of, you know, I think there's like an Alice board, and there's, you know, the smaller, like the 40% boards and everything else, but for a while, at least with, you know, I think of kind of the bigger players like Norbauer, like Des, like Show, I mean, the cases are fairly standard rectangles for the most part. But whatever, again, that just may reflect the sensibilities of the creators. Yeah, tall boys and short kings. No, totally, Kiko. Like, I love... Man, I gotta stop dropping that. Yeah, I love the, you know, the variety. And I mean, I love, you know, people who have seen my collection know that I have a ton of variety just in the boards I have around the house. So it is a really nice, you know, it's, you know, for me at least, the experience of being able to go from a silence board, like super silence board, to a, you know, clacky, thocky board, to a, I don't know, just, you know, heavy, light. I love the variety. I'm certainly not the type of person who, like, settles on one type of switch and every board is that type of switch and that's what I want to run for the rest of my life. Like, yeah, I love the variety. Yeah, future bound. No, I totally think you're right on that. Like, you know, feel like Topre is good enough to really appeal to the majority of people right out of the box. Like, there's not a lot of tweaking you have to do unless you are just in it for the, you know, the customization. Which, you know, there is getting to be more and more of that, so I think that's perfectly valid. But yeah, I could take a Topre board off the shelf and really enjoy it. Now, since I know what I do about them, I would still, you know, I do like lubing, I do like doing, you know, this and that, but, like, is it really necessary? Yeah, no, not for most of them, not really. And as time goes on, they just seem to be getting better and better. Like, the HHKBs that they released in 2019 versus the HHKBs that have been coming out 2022, 2023, like, they're getting real good at, like, lubing stabs from the factory. Like, they're kind of really figuring this stuff out, so I dig it. Yeah, Kiko, you know, stock boards and cases of Chef's Kiss feel like eye candy helps sell the platform. It totally does. Like, when I bring the fancy boards to the meetups, like, they get their oohs and ahs. Not that there's anything wrong with a, you know, a black rectangle with charcoal caps on it, but yeah, it's... I don't know, the fact that it's a plastic housing. I mean, you look at an HHKB, the whole board is plastic. Like, that does seem in some people's eyes to have not quite as much prestige, but I feel like there's a place for it, and that place is my backpack. when I ride my bike around. Like I love carrying an HHKB around. I love that, you know, I'm not gonna ding it up and scuff it up, and it's just like the plastic inherently has a strength and a, you know, purpose to it that, you know, I'm not carrying my fucking Rama board on my backpack when I'm, you know, hopping on the train, but like I will happily throw my, you know, Pro 3 hybrid in the backpack and take off down the way. Like, yeah, it's a perfect travel board. Yeah, agreed, Andre. Like, Andre's default Topre has a broad appeal in terms of sound and feel. It really does. Like, I can sit somebody down to a Topre board and let them type around on it, and I don't know. There's a joy to it. Even if they've never typed on one before, there seems to be a familiarity with the experience, and maybe that's just because of, you know, kids playing around on dad's old, you know, whatever, like, you know, PC he used to have back in the day, or, you know, grandma had a typewriter at her house and you type on it and it goes thok thok thok. Like, yeah, there's definitely a something to it. All right. Sit board lined up. Let's bust out these screws and start screwing them together. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the standoffs in this one. I put them in the other one, but I should have realized that they weren't necessary because I was installing a sit board. I wasn't installing the you know, the default board with that weird extra little daughter board kind of setup. So, yep, not needed. Just drop those back in here. Yeah, I mean, that is one of the, you know, the familiar rallying cries on Conical is that, you know, stock is king. Like, there's no, you know, there's a lot of people who just prefer stock to anything else, and I am not quick to, you know, I will not fault them for that because stock is nice. Yeah, no need to pop them open. I mean, I had a guy who I worked with for a while. He's moved on, but like, he had a Leopold F660C, and it was a nice looking one, and he just, like, I think he bought it on mechanicalkeyboard.com, and he didn't know shit about Topre, but he just absolutely loved that board, and like, that was his favorite freaking thing. So yeah, there's definitely an appeal to folks who you know, might not, yeah, just like, I mean, you know, if you enjoy a good keyboard, like, Topre is a good keyboard. Yeah, so far I will say this: iFixit kit has had everything that I've needed. There was one thing that I didn't have the last time I was building one of the S23 boards, and I kind of botched it. But yeah, these bits are nice. It's working so far. Are they? I haven't tried the Vermilio ones yet. How yeah, I'm kind of curious about those, because I don't know, as far as my stuff goes, when I say EC, I mean, it's all pretty much Topre or Topre compatible. I don't have a NIS board. I don't, you know, so yeah, what do you think about them? Okay, just switch tester? Cool. That should be it on the screws here. And again, because it's got the 2U in it, I can't put a screw in that one because it would interfere with the 2U housing. So just gonna leave that out. I think I do. Where did it go? I need a screw or two out of the. Oh. Yeah, the 23U kit. Where did I put those screws? Maybe I just dumped it in with everything else. For these up here, because I do need to hold on the daughter board. And just because I do have the, you know, what is that, the 4-pin to 4-pin here, I'm gonna go ahead and put the mini USB. Or wait, what am I talking about? This is the Man, do I have that other cable? Yeah, that's right. I forgot. It's got the spacing too, so I do have to stick with the Norbauer breakout. Okay. And I will patiently wait for the ones that I ordered from Neko to get here, because she is now selling that breakout replacement board that's got the USB-C on it. So I'm stoked for that. I ordered, I don't know what I ordered, like 4 of those things I think. So 3 for my data pads and 1 for my my Norbiforce. Kind of like what? Yeah, Wooting. That's another one I haven't tried. I really need to come up to speed on switches that are not Topre, because shoot, man, there's a lot of cool stuff out there, and I think part of the reason why is I'm saving myself the the expense. I did start to go down the MX road before I got heavily into Topre, and it cost me a penny or two. But yeah, now that I'm kind of like, I don't know, I won't say I'm fully set on Topre, but I feel like I've got a pretty good collection going there. Maybe I should start looking at MX again. Feels like glass. Those are the ones with the batteries that like repel each other. Is that what that is? And you stack them to kind of change the distance. Is that those switches, or which ones are those? And I apologize that I'm not as familiar with. Man, all right. Well, that's a really tight cable. Let's see if I can even hit this. I do wonder. Okay, yeah, barely. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yep, that'll work. All right. Cool. Ooh. Actually, those domes are really nice. Those are the purples. And they're the V3, so they're the rounded ones. But yeah, I like those with the plate. Yeah, those aren't bad at all. Hall effect sensors. Okay, okay. It's a magnetic thing. Yeah, yeah. They are magnets, not batteries. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's super cool. No, man, that shit is dope as hell. Like, I gotta say, I don't know, I was on, I joined Sipulot's stream and just had, completely talked over my head. Like, I followed along for half a second, and then he really started getting into, kind of, taking apart that board that he was showing off, and yeah, I'm no EE. I'm a layman with this stuff. Like, I love being able to do the ride along with all y'all smart people and kind of getting to follow what you guys are doing. But shoot, man, hell, if I can understand it, I cannot. But no, I love getting to participate, at least getting to watch y'all streams and shit, because that's super cool. All right, well, I think that's about it. On this, I gotta throw some caps on here, just screw these guys in. Oh yeah, I gotta put the feet on it. And then we have 2 built numpads, both PC. Similar builds, but still fairly different. All right. There we go. Slap some feet on this guy. Yeah, alright. And once I've got these on, just for fun, I think I'm gonna slap the sand caps on this, because I was looking at those earlier and wanting to put those on something, and I'm kind of curious to see if they're gonna clack or not with these sliders and slider housings. But Yeah, if I hate them, I can always pull them off and swap them out for something else. I figure that'll at least allow me to call this one wrapped up. Alright, there we go. Got the feet on there. Yeah, it's not so bad. Yeah. Come on, focus. Come on, camera. I swear to God, I need to get a new camera so bad. I'm sorry if you guys have been like watching this with this unfocused crap, but yeah, my setup is primitive. One of these days I'll upgrade some shit. Here we go. So I've got these caps on a rose gold Tokyo 60, which leaves me with a lot of extra caps, including a numpad. So I'm going to try to slowly set those over there and not spill the other caps. Then we're just going to pop some of these bad boys on here. Yeah, let's get this crap out of the way. I really should get better at cleaning as I work, because, man, my desk is a mess right now. You know what? I kind of like those. At least for now. I can always sleep on it and think about it and put on another keycap set later, but yeah, at least I'll get some use out of them for a little bit. And these aren't, I don't think these are anything special. I'm trying to remember, I don't even remember who makes these. But they look alright. Oh, sorry, Doug. The hole in the back. So, on a stock one of these boards, that's where you would adjust the jumpers. And actually, I have one built with a stock board here, so I can show you that. And this one's a little ridiculous. Yeah, here. Let's. Sorry. So that's the Veracity steel. Kind of somewhat absurd numpad, but so yeah, so you got the jumpers here. The original boards are not programmable, so they've got these jumpers to kind of like change some of the keycap settings and stuff, and adjust what is what. But yeah, look at that. That's pretty. Pardon my fingerprints, but yeah. So that's what the dip switches are for. But since I'm using an aftermarket PCB from an Italian gentleman, Cipulot, that's not really necessary. I just, to reprogram it, I plug it in, fire up this VIA software, and it just like freaking works. It's the coolest thing. So I was impressed the first Cipulot board I plugged in, and I haven't messed with VIA. I know that's the MX world, a lot of people use it, but it's I was really impressed with it. You know what, man? I don't know. Yeah, I thought it would look interesting with the brass, but I'm not as sold on it right now. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just keep putting them on just to get caps on it. I will consider it. They're not the best caps. Like, I think they look really good on the board that I have the main cap set on. It's I think I was saying it's one of those Tokyo 60 like MX HHKB-ish clone kind of guys, but yeah, we got a real full house. We got all sorts of folks here. This is cool. Kimlin raided me, and so I got all sorts of new faces. So everyone who's still sticking around from that, thank you for joining. This has been a treat. I don't think I feel like I've only had like one stream to this many people, and when she hit me with 80, like Jesus, that was probably the biggest my stream has ever gotten. So thank you again, appreciate it. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any wacky keys with these, but I don't. Yeah, it doesn't really look like there are. So I was hoping for some something funky, but this is a pretty cheap set. I mean, I guess inexpensive, like. And so for the coverage that it came with, I'm not too mad at it. All right. Yeah, I think I'll just do the function keys across the top again. And I'm curious. I'm gonna well, shoot. I was gonna say that I was going to plug this in, but the cable that I need, I don't think I can connect to this computer because unfortunately I just had I've got this little like one of those NUC computers that I'm doing all this shit on, and I had 2 of the USB ports go bad on it. So I am currently somewhat limited peripheral wise. I was going to plug another keyboard into this, but I don't have one that I can plug in that will also work with the you know, the mini USB. So I'll leave it alone. All right, but we have a numpad. And those are those sand keys, which, you know, they're not too bad. I may swap them out for something else tomorrow, but yeah, it's this is, yes, NK. Thank you. Yes, NK cherry sand. That is indeed what it is. Yeah. Appreciate you. Yeah, well, you know, I've never made the best financial decisions. I don't know what to tell you, Kiko. At least I've got a lot of nice keyboards, right? So yeah, so we got, you know, we got the mama bear, the papa bear, the little itty baby bear, shiny bear. So yeah, there we go. Numpad Palooza, y'all. We got numpads for days up in here. If you ever needed to numpad, oh, you could come over and numpad. There we go. Alright, there's an array of numpads. Isn't it cute? It's just a little guy. I know, I love it. The 19 is super cute. Like, and the way that they, yeah, okay, I'm gonna take a minute. Because, like, I love this. I love the Never-S stuff. I love the, you know, like, the design language. I love the swoop. I love the little, like, you know, divot on the bottom. I love that it has a pass-through. So you can, like, plug your other keyboard into it and then output it to shit. It does, yeah, a guy put an any key on it because, yo, where's any key? Well, there you go. We got any key. But yeah, no, it's... Alright, there we go. I'm pretty happy with my my array of numpads as they stand. Yeah, the veracity is fun. I gotta, you know, give it a little spit shine because that is I love the polished stainless. Yeah, no, it's a shiny guy. You can look up my nose. You can, like, yeah, no, it's pretty cool. All right, guys. Well, I just looked at the clock and it is 3:03 here, so I think I'm gonna probably call it on this one. You know, if you wanted to, I'm gonna go ahead and do just like a little quick sound testy guy here, because, you know, I did just build this dang thing. I might as well type on it in front of y'all. So let me get the microphone down as low as I can. And again, I need to get a new microphone arm because this thing just like does this stupid. There we go. All right. Get it out of the way so you can see. Yeah, so that stab could use a little work. Alright, well, I do like the domes are nice. The V3 desk domes, I like that they are more similar in that rounded, like they kind of, you know, continue with the force curve through the key press farther than like the V1 or V2, while still not being stock domes, and still having just a bit more of a, I don't know, poppiness to them. Like, they don't have the, you know, that, I don't know what to call it, like kind of that, like the old dome almost rigidity feeling that you can get out of like old Pro 2s and Pro 1s, but like they just pop a little bit more than a stock dome, so I like them. Alright. Well, hey y'all, thank you so much for joining this. You know, I've still got, shoot, 3 dozen of you hanging out, so I appreciate y'all. Again, thanks for the raid. Everybody, y'all are great. Hope you have a good night, or, you know, for the folks on the other side, a good morning. I'll catch y'all later.